Yeah, hey there, Carmen. We do have some impactful weather that we're expecting this weekend, which is prompting our first alert weather days. So we're looking at temperatures that will be well below the average, and the wind is going to lead to it becoming dangerously cold. We're looking at these really dangerous conditions throughout the day on Saturday, and it will linger into our Sunday morning. As far as temperatures right now, not bad, but they're definitely dropping. We're already into the upper 20s in Philadelphia. It feels like teens already. Decatur, we're at 34, feels like it's 23. Meridian, it's 34, it feels like it's 27. And those winds are generally about 10 to 15 miles per hour. But currently, the winds are gusting close to 20 miles per hour for Forest and over 20 miles per hour for Quitman. But by tomorrow morning, we're expecting wind gusts of anywhere from 25 to 35 miles per hour. And then throughout the day, we're going to have gusts getting potentially over 35 miles per hour, maybe up to 45 miles per hour. So what's going to get us is the wind. It's already going to be very cold. With the winds being so strong, that's going to lead to some really low wind chill values. So we have an extreme cold warning in place for our area as well as much of the South. Specifically for our area, that means that we could have wind chill values that are 5 degrees or below. And there are even winter storm warnings in place for portions of the Carolinas and over towards places like Virginia and West Virginia. We're looking in the upper levels of the atmosphere, and this little kink you see in the jet stream there, that's going to help to fuel a big winter storm that's going to develop off the East Coast. Again, bringing folks across the East Coast potentially some really high amounts of snow. But in terms of our neck of the woods, this is going to kind of usher in that colder air. That pink is that Arctic air mass is going to come settling in. So for our Saturday morning, we're expecting low 20s, but it's going to feel like low single digits in our area. As far as places like Memphis, they're expecting teens actual temperatures. They're going to have to deal with sub-freezing wind chill values. And even down towards the Gulf Coast and Mobile, they're going to have 20s tomorrow morning, but it's going to feel more like teens. But here's a closer view of what we can expect. And again, we're looking at low single digits flirting with 0 across the area tomorrow morning. So if you can stay inside and just enjoy the heat, that's definitely recommended. Highs for tomorrow will flirt with the low 30s, maybe hitting freezing in some spots, but with the wind, it's going to feel like teens and low 20s. So throughout the day, it's going to feel like it's well below the freezing mark because of the wind. And then Sunday morning, we're expecting it to feel like single digits in low teens, although we're going to have teens for our actual low temperature Sunday morning. So the wind chill in a nutshell is what it feels like to your skin when the wind is factored in, when the temperatures are very low. So generally speaking, we are warm bodies that give off heat. And if the winds are light, we have this little thin layer of warmth that surrounds us. And so therefore, if it's 20 degrees, it feels like it's 20 degrees, but when the winds ramp up and become really strong, it basically disrupts that warm layer that surrounds us. So when the winds are, let's say, 20 miles per hour, it could feel like it's only 4 because that wind basically speeds up our heat loss. It moves away that layer and it allows us to get colder quicker. So that's why the wind is going to be a big deal this weekend. But nonetheless, we do have a little bit of a warm up. Again, very cold Sunday morning, but we're expecting 40s by the afternoon. And then again, warming things up as we go through the week. We'll have highs in the 50s for Monday, but then Tuesday around freezing to start. And we're expecting 60s by the afternoon. That's basically closer to the average for this time of year. But that warm up is going to be because of our next weather maker or rainmaker, so to speak. So we're going to have to carry the umbrella Tuesday night into our Wednesday morning. But nonetheless, overnight tonight, cold with, again, temperatures into the teens and low 20s, but the wind is going to make it feel way more colder. So 10-day forecast at 10 is here. The red indicates impactful cold. We're going to be in the first alert weather days through Sunday morning. Please be careful. This is the type of weather where you could deal with frostbite, hypothermia if you're not really being careful. Don't forget about your pets.